hereditary gene, and they are at a higher risk for receiving breast and ovarian cancer. For women, for men, prostate, lung, and other ones. So, how did this all come about for me? You know, knowing your family history, where you're from, what's going on in your family, cancers down the gem lines. So this is my family tree. On both of my sides of my family had cancer. More importantly, where I was from, my family's Ashkenazi Jew descent. 1 in 40 individuals of Ashkenazi Jew descent are carriers of this mutation. What can we do to educate our community to let them learn to be proactive? Instead of catching cancer, let's catch cancer early. My risks. BRCA2 positive showed that I had an associated gene with breast and ovarian cancer. What does that mean when you're told this result at 21 years old? Where do you go? What do you do? I now have an 85% risk of breast cancer and a 30% of ovarian cancer. I want a family. I want to start. Here's my life diagnosis. No, again, I don't have cancer, but my youngest family member died at the age of 40. So I was given 3 options at 21. First, you can have a mammogram and screenings every 3 months to 6 months, varying on if they find something or what the process is. From there, I was also offered preventative medications, tamoxifen. Does anybody know what tamoxifen is? It's treated for cancer, for women who have cancer. In my family, we had estrogen positive cancer. Tamoxifen was not an option for me. And the third choice was a preventative mastectomy or a preventative hysterectomy. Again, I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to live my life. So, 2000, I graduated high school at the age of 18, did my normal breast exam in the room, and found a lump. Where do I go? What do I do? I went to my OBGYN. She said, let's do a mammogram. I went to the facility. I was treated like, how dare you even come this young? Had to explain my story several times. Lots of anxiety from dealing with all these tests. From there, I came back BRCA2 positive. Never had genetic testing, never was guided. Nobody really knew what to do. I was diagnosed pre all the celebrities and pre everybody talking Angelina Jolie's story. Now where do I go? I go to different states, I go to different facilities to find out what's best for me because I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to nurse my children. I wanted to give them everything I could, but I also wanted to catch cancer before it caught me. At the age of 32 years old, after I was diagnosed BRCA2 positive, I had 2 children, healthy, decided that it was time to be proactive. In 2015, I started with a robotic hysterectomy to remove my ovaries, my uterus, and my fallopian tubes. That took me to a 2% chance of ovarian cancer. 6 months later, I had a prophylactic bilateral mastectomy with reconstruction and a couple hiccups here and there. Last year had 2 surgeries. I had an animation deformity, which most women don't know about because we use our muscles and we're not guided on what to do with those muscles, how to put them to work. Do you have a limit on weightlifting? Do you have a limit on what you can do? Nobody guides you through that process. So that's what BRCA Strong wants to do, guide you to make sure that your body can handle what you're about to face. We at BRCA Strong help women feel whole again. Through that, we offer transformational photo shoots. We offer medical panels and fashion shows. We want to make sure that you are all educated. I'm not here to say everybody's a candidate for genetic testing. I'm here to say be proactive. If you know people that can't afford these tests, there's funding out there. There's people out there that want to help everybody beat cancer. So I ask you again to make sure that you spread the word, not only on genetic testing, but on preventative action. In 2015, when we started our nonprofit, we were just a small group on Facebook. Never thought anything of it, never realized what I wanted to do. The end of last year, I decided it's time to go to the next level. I know what it's like to go through this mission. I can't imagine somebody has to go through chemo or somebody doesn't have family or support. What can we do to make a difference? So we formed a 501c3 and now get out there and educate people like you, churches, all kinds of people. We want to make sure that this is heard and to make sure that women out there that are fighting this battle never feel alone. Fashion shows for us and retreats and doing transformational photo shoots, I know personally not only saved my life, but saved other lives for women that I know. People have children. Who supports these children when you have cancer? Who, when you're taking preventative action, how do your children feel? We have children involved. We have books to read. We want to educate, again, not only our population, the younger population. Let's teach them how to do breast exams. Let's educate them on our female parts. So this is some of our events that we do. We've gone to New York. We walked the Brooklyn Bridge with 20 women. We educate all the time. Recently, we had a photo shoot of a transformational photos. These women are both survivors that came together to eliminate the feeling of isolation, support each other. How do you go through this? What do you do? My daughter's 10 years old. She's my biggest advocate. She created BRCA Strong, actually. She drew our design. She said, Mommy, you're a butterfly. You got this. She was 6 years old. What do? I had to come forward. Best thing I ever did was share my story to make a change in everybody's life. Thank you guys for coming. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you, Tracy. So can you explain a little bit about the genetic testing? Like the first step obviously is genetic testing. So what's that process like? Does insurance cover it?
So there's a couple different options for genetic testing. On your desk, I left a pamphlet with color. That's not going through your insurance.